As pastors requested, fourth Sunday we give you an update on progress that's being made at the Historic Chapel. For the benefit of our guests, the chapel next door was built in 1853 and in 1874 purchased by 9 formerly enslaved people who helped to build it. And we removed the social hall addition that wasn't part of the original structure. Again, that work is going on between the second and fourth quarter. Where we started selectively removing and stabilizing the church. That started in the second quarter, and we'll complete that in the fourth quarter. The church established a not-for-profit Campbell Chapel Community Development Ministry to lead the effort toward the restoration and rehabilitation of its historic chapel. We've set a mission to get that restored. If you go to the next slide, you'll see the schedule that we've put in place to actually conduct the restoration. If it's highlighted in green, that means that work has already been completed. If it's in yellow, that work is in process. You'll see that we began by doing a building assessment, developing architectural and construction plans. That was completed in 2021. Last year, we started and discovered asbestos and other things that needed to be removed and abated. That process was completed at the end of 2024. We then began phase 2 of 6 construction phases. In the next phase that will begin, that's phase 3, we'll start exterior restoration, where we'll work on the bell tower, the front porch, sanctuary roof, and windows and jib doors. If you go to the next slide, we'll share a couple of pictures with you. That's the historic chapel as it existed. You'll see the new addition that was added, I think, in the 1957 time frame is on the right. The chapel is on the left. And our role now is working on the south wall. We completed work on the north wall, as we've reported to you, and removing the social hall. In this slide, you'll see we actually took the siding off of the south wall so that we could look at damage that had occurred. As we found on the north wall, there was extensive water damage and termite damage in the lower sills. They sit just above the brick foundation you'll see and the concrete blocks that are there. On the right side of this slide, you'll see the foundation sills we had to bring in to actually replace those that had been damaged. On the next slide, you'll see that a closer up picture as to how this was actually done. Just as we had to do on the north side, we had to jack up the building, if you will, so that we could pull out the damaged sill. On the right side, you'll see the brick pier that's used to support the church. Now, originally, that was the brick pier that was there. Filled in between brick piers were inserted concrete blocks. That was not part of the original structure of the church, so those have been removed. The church will actually stand solid on the brick piers. On the next slide, you'll see we began to look at the interior. We wanted to remove the rear wall where the choir loft was. That needed to come out as well. On the left side, you'll see a picture looking from front to back of the historic chapel. The back wall is where the choir loft was. On the right side, you'll see light coming in because we've removed the rear wall and we've actually removed the choir loft. Now, amazingly, once we removed the choir loft, we discovered that underneath it was a foundation support for what we think was an apse. That's a recess that's built, and it usually is built to hold another structure. Could be an altar, could have been a statue, could have been a pulpit. We're working with the architect and the construction team to figure out how we want to display this on a going forward basis. In the next slide, you'll see that we're giving you a look from the south wall and from the north wall at the a social hall. You'll see it's actually come down. We were in the process on the left side of taking it down. You'll see the foundation still in place, but we've taken the walls and the ceilings down. And on the right side, you'll see the back of the church. You'll note that there's a gable, that slanted wood support slats that are holding that wall up. Now, the reason it's a gable is rather than replace it with a flat wall, we're thinking we're going to need to interpret what existed there before. And we're working with the architects to figure out how to work that into our drawings. And on the final slide, pictures, if you go to the next slide, you'll see a better picture of everything that's been removed. The social hall has been removed, it's gone. The foundation around the social hall has been gone. And you'll see plastic that's covering the rear wall until we figure out how we're going to interpret that apse or that extension that's there and replace the rear wall. We're covering it in plastic so it's protected from the elements. That's progress that's been made. How are we paying for this? If you go to the next slide, you'll see several things. One, on the left side of the chart, the number of phases, the cost of each phase, funding for each phase, and where the funding is coming from. If it's in green, we've already completed the phase. The funding is paid thus far. The project will cost $2.1 million. We've raised $935,000, and we have outstanding requests for $575,000. Let me wrap up with a couple of slides. Where are our funding grant requests? As mentioned, Beaufort County, we have 2 grant requests in, one for $125, and number 2, you'll have to resubmit that request in the first quarter of next year. And as mentioned, we've requested $200,000 from a national foundation that focuses on preserving black churches. We're continuing to work with the Community Foundation of the Low Country, Coastal Community Foundation, and the Mellon Foundation. So we're making great progress. Special shout out and thanks to Brother Fred Hamilton for his support in helping us navigate our way through the fundraising, particularly with the Town of Bluffton. Please stay in prayer with us that God will keep us focused on the task and that our work will be done at the center of God's will. I'll turn it back to Pastor.